Hey guys, what's going on? It's Massive Joe's Masterclass. Gonna be showing you how to make MTS Whey protein brownies. So MTS Whey protein brownies, one of the most delicious recipes we have ever covered in Massive Joe's Masterclass. The beautiful thing about this particular recipe is, first of all, it's simple. Second of all, it can be altered to meet your macronutrient goals for protein, carbs, and fat. We'll show you how to do that in a second. Third of all, the protein brownies are ridiculously delicious. Guys, let's get straight into it. Show exactly what you need to get started. So obviously you're gonna need to get yourself a tub of MTS Nutrition Machine Whey, MTS Whey, in vanilla or chocolate. We're gonna use chocolate for this particular recipe. Obviously works fantastic for brownies. You're gonna need yourself a little bit of water, and then if you're gonna put fats in here, you're gonna get yourself some peanut butter. We like to use the organic peanut butter. You can also then go and add some carbohydrates from some berries. So we're gonna use in this recipe, we're gonna use some frozen raspberries, some frozen blueberries, any sort of fruit will do. It's completely up to you whether you add it or whether you don't. And then finally, if you're gonna allow for carbohydrates in this recipe, go to get yourself some oats, ideally quick oats, because they're gonna microwave really well and they're not gonna be chunky in your protein brownie, so some quick oats are delicious. Then of course, you're gonna need to get yourself a container. Now this container is obviously going to determine what shape your brownie is going to be. So we like to use something that's not too big a circumference, but also has the depth to be able to make a nice brownie in there. So find yourself a nice container like that. Obviously we're going to be cooking it in the microwave, so it's got to be microwave proof as well. Got yourself a fork. Let's get straight into it. So what we're going to do is this particular brownie, we're gonna go 2 scoops of machine whey. So we're gonna get 50 grams of protein plus a little bit of carbs and a little bit of fat straight from the machine whey. So we're gonna throw ourselves 2 scoops of protein straight up in here. So that's your protein taken care of, plus a little bit of carbs, a little bit of fat in terms of your macronutrient goals. Then what you're gonna do, you're gonna go and chuck that on your digital scales, and you're gonna take care of the amount of carbohydrates from oats in this particular recipe. So what we're gonna use is we're gonna aim for 30 grams of oats. So we're gonna throw 30 grams of these quick oats in there. And you can check the nutritional information panel on your oats, but for these particular oats, 30 grams of oats is gonna get us about 25 grams of carbohydrates from oats in there. Now at this point, you wanna go and throw some water in there. So you wanna add a little bit of water, not too much, because you're not trying to make a protein shake, you're trying to make a nice batter. So you wanna add a little bit of water, grab your fork, and start stirring. So less water is better because you'll be able to add more later on. If you add too much right at the start, you find yourself in a world of trouble. So add a little bit more water in there once again. And the kind of consistency that you're looking for that particular brownie is you want it to be cookable. You want it to almost be like a cake batter. So if you've seen our recipe on protein powder sludge, you want it to not be quite as thick as protein powder sludge. You want it to be a little bit looser than what we were seeing right there. And we've actually run out of water, so we're just gonna cut for 2 seconds, go add ourselves a little bit more water and show you guys the consistency we're looking for in this protein powder batter. All right, so we've added a little bit more water and you can see that consistency there is a little bit thinner, a little bit looser than what we were looking for with the protein powder sludge. That's awesome because you are gonna cook some water out of this when you chuck it in the microwave. So that consistency there is what we're looking for. And then from this point, if you want fats in this particular brownie, if you can account for some fats, that's where you want to go and add your peanut butter. So we got ourselves about 20 grams of peanut butter that we're just gonna launch in here as well. And once again, this is gonna thicken up the mixture. So you might even wanna add a little bit more water at this point. We probably don't need to, but you'll see as we mix that peanut butter in there, that's really gonna make the brownie batter even thicker. So mix, you're gonna have to get a little bit vicious with this mixing as well, because that peanut butter is probably not gonna wanna mix for you. But you can see there, see that's thickening up, that's getting really nice. It's a real nice consistency, almost like cake batter. That's really what we're looking for, is a cake batter consistency. Then at that point, that's your brownie batter done. So that's it, that consistency. You got your protein powder in there, you got your peanut butter in there, you got your oats in there also. You now wanna take this particular batter and you wanna put it straight in the microwave. So what we recommend is going 1 minute at a time and then checking every 1 minute. So we're gonna pop it in there. We're gonna go 1 minute. We'll catch you guys in a minute's time. Okay guys, our first minute is up in the microwave, so we're gonna pop that microwave open. Gonna show you where our brownie's at. Now, the reason we recommend cooking it in 1 minute increments is so you can test how well it's cooked. Everybody's microwave is gonna cook a little differently, so we can't say 1,000 watts for a minute. Everyone's microwave is different. Man, this is hot in my hand right now. So you can see there, that's obviously not cooked. You can check that consistency. So if it looks like that, you're gonna wanna throw it in there for another minute. So we're gonna take our protein brownie batter, throw it back in the microwave for another minute. We'll catch you guys in another minute's time. All right, so coming to the end of our 2nd minute in the microwave, we're gonna bust it open. I'm gonna wash my fingers this time because I almost burnt my shit up last time. So we're gonna grab the top of that, there we go. And you can see that protein powder brownie right there is pretty well cooked. And you'll know when it's cooked because it actually raises up out of the container you're cooking it in. If you want to be sure, you can grab your fork that you were mixing up before and just give it a bit of a press, and if it presses back against you, you can tell that's very well cooked. Then from this point, you're going to want to let this rest and cool for probably 3 to 4 minutes, anywhere up to 10 minutes, it doesn't really matter. You need to let it rest and cool, and what's gonna happen when it cools is obviously it's not gonna burn your hands, first of all, and second of all, the brownie's actually gonna shrink in the container, and that's gonna make it very easy for you to pop it out. To show you guys what I'm talking about, here's one we prepared earlier, of course. Smell them gains. Let me tell you guys, if you don't have half the neighborhood knocking on your front door asking what that delicious smell coming out of your kitchen is, man, you're in the wrong neighborhood. So that is our protein powder brownie. Now, to fancy it up, if you've got the room to add some more carbs, this is where you can go and throw your frozen fruit on top. So we're gonna go and throw some frozen blueberries up in there, just like that. And then we're gonna go and throw some frozen raspberries up on top there as well, just like that. And you got yourself a chocolate protein powder brownie with frozen blueberries, frozen raspberries. If you want to get super creative and if you've got the macronutrient content to allow you to do it, you can go and throw yourself a dollop of organic peanut butter on top of that as well, guys. That is how to make an MTS Whey protein powder brownie. Honestly, does not get any better than that. Like I said, delicious as hell, simple to make, quick to make, and you can change the macronutrients, the amount of protein, the amount of oats, the amount of fruit, the amount of peanut butter you use to suit your specific macronutrient goals. Guys, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, man. Stay up to date with all the latest editions of Massive Joe's Masterclass. I'm gonna go get myself some gains. Guys, that is Massive Joe's Masterclass on how to make MTS Whey protein brownies. And I'm coming to you from MassiveJoes.com. Stay massive.
Boom! Mark Leviner Machine! Militia telling you the best place to buy MTS nutrition products in Australia is MassiveJoes.com. Stay massive. It's not a game.